Hey everybody, my name is Paul Rosine. I do customer evangelism and programs for the HPC and AI business unit at HPE. And today we're here with Jennifer and Stratos with NYU, and they're going to tell us some of the cool things they're doing with HPC at their university.
Great.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
So thanks, Paul. I'm Jennifer Sparrow. I'm the Associate Vice President for Technologies for Research, AI, and Learning, and the Chief Academic Technology Officer at NYU. And I have the pleasure of working with Stratos.
My name is Stratos Evstathiadis. I'm the Senior Director for Research Technology Services at NYU, working closely with Jennifer.
Thank you both for being here. We're so happy to have you. Tell us about the mission of the university.
So you may not know, Paul, that NYU is the largest private research institution in the United States. We have over 65,000 students, and we're doing a little over $1.2 billion of research expenditures annually. So as you can imagine, our mission is really focused on teaching, research, and scholarship across the entire university and a variety of disciplines across 20 colleges and schools.
Okay. How do you make that? How do you in your roles help make that mission a reality?
Sure. So I think the biggest thing that we're finding in our organization is the support of teaching and research with the technologies that we enable. And that covers a variety of things. So for us, it's about cutting edge and leading edge technologies that we provide access to. So that might include high performance computing, which we're here to talk about today. It includes AI, 3D printing, a variety of rapid prototyping tools that we provide access to with the lowest barrier of entry possible for our students and faculty. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is providing not only access to that technology, but the support to utilize those technologies, both in sort of ways that you would think are sort of par for the course, and providing those technologies to users that may not think that they're users of high performance computing, for example. And we do that with support and elbow to elbow development around those different technologies. So it's a really interesting opportunity for us to democratize the access to the technologies that we've been able to provide.
Great, thank you. And you have a new supercomputer called Torch.
We do have a new supercomputer called Torch, and this is one of those technologies that we have been planning and working on for several years. Stratos is going to give you a little bit of history about how we got there. But I think for us, it's really an opportunity for us to provide the right enabling technologies to our faculty to solve the most pressing challenges of society today, and really provide our students an opportunity to get their hands on these emerging technologies so they're prepared for what's next when they finish their time at NYU.
That's really exciting. Thank you. Stratos, why don't you tell us about the HPC journey at NYU?
Yeah, indeed, the Torch HPC cluster is not the first cluster that we built and operated at NYU. Over the years, we've been operating HPC clusters that have been listed in the top 500 list, which is the list with the most powerful supercomputers in the world. Torch, however, is the most powerful supercomputer we've built at NYU. It is actually 5 times more powerful than its predecessor. And it was, and I think still is, the most powerful cluster that operated by a New York State institution. Torch was built in response to ever-increasing demand for compute power by our researchers, by our students. At NYU, we have established some of the world-known research institutions in quantum computing, in robotics, and embodied intelligence, and they all require access to powerful machines.
Thank you. Jennifer, you talked about how it helps your institution from a research perspective. Maybe you can talk to some of the ways the supercomputers impact an institution like NYU.
Yeah, that's a really great question. And I think for us, the Torch supercomputer becomes a differentiator. It shows the university's commitment to providing, again, the most leading edge technologies to our faculty and students. And that really allows us to do 3 things. One, it's important for us to recruit and retain faculty. So that helps our bottom line when we're talking about the research expenditures and where we gain research. And it's really a great opportunity when we're recruiting new faculty to say, look, you have access to this really powerful supercomputer and very low wait times and the support services that go along with it. So Stratos and team do a really excellent job of onboarding new faculty. They provide them with opportunities to understand how they might run their jobs. They provide opportunities to understand how to optimize in that space so that our faculty are able to get to science more quickly. It also allows our current students access to these technologies in ways that they might not have at other institutions. So we pride ourselves on providing class access to our HPC, to providing graduate students with training on how to get the best use of the HPC and how to leverage it for their research. And I liken this to giving our students the tools to solve the problems that don't yet even exist. And so for us, it's really a great opportunity to just sell the differentiator that is NYU.
That's great. That's great. I bet some of those researchers and those students are interested in AI. It's obviously a big thing these days. How has AI impacted your strategy, Stratos, at NYU?
Oh, AI has completely changed, has completely revolutionized how we do research and how we teach at NYU. Nowadays, workflows require access to enormous compute power. The HPC cluster we build now, like Torch, has nothing to do with the previous generation of the HPC cluster. There is more emphasis now on GPUs, on fast memory, on accessing data on solid state disks, something that was not required in the previous generations. Also, the user base is changing. We used to work with chemists and biologists and physicists who were kind of the traditional users of high performance computing. Nowadays, we have students and faculty from the law school, even the humanities, who require access to advanced computing to analyze thousands of documents or analyze thousands of images of artifacts. And of course, they all need to be trained. They need to be trained how to efficiently access and use supercomputers. And this is also, of course, a challenge for us because we need to update not only our hardware, but the way we teach those students and researchers how to access our research computing resources.
Thank you. That's really interesting. A little bit of a follow on, a little bit of transition from the AI. There's a lot of data centers getting built these days, right? There's just lots of data centers getting built around the world. And that means a lot of power is needed. Tell us about what you guys have done at NYU from a sustainability perspective.
Sustainability is a priority at NYU. We have our sustainability goals as an institution. And when it comes to procuring and operating supercomputers that consume a lot of electrical power, sustainability is central to when we make choices of what hardware to acquire and run. Liquid cooling, for example, is a critical component of our supercomputer because it helps with energy efficiency. Heat containment is another factor that we have deployed with our new cluster in order to contain the heat produced by the supercomputer. All these factors play a critical role. And again, we're trying to meet all the sustainability goals of our university. Cybersecurity is also another challenge. AI has brought us new challenges that we need to address very quickly, vulnerabilities that are being discovered. And our team is working hard on addressing these vulnerabilities as soon as they are published.
Thank you. Let's maybe transition to a little bit about what you guys do with the supercomputer. Jen, what are some of the examples of projects that have been run that represent the value to the university?
Sure. And I love this question because, I think we can talk about across disciplines how important our partnership with HP has been on the HPC that we have. We have folks like Josh Tucker, who runs our Center for Social Media and Policy, who's leveraging the HPC and particularly the abilities around AI to look at election integrity. And this is just not something that you think about. This is a political science professor. You don't think about them as being a traditional HPC user. We have Laura Zana, who is our math and atmospheric sciences professor, who's leveraging the AI to do more rapid modeling of climate change in the ocean. These are things that are really important, not just from the sustainability perspective, but how are we starting to disseminate some of this information across broader audiences. I love this one. Carlos Grande Fernandez is doing work on early detection of Alzheimer's. So he's using the HPC to look at MRIs. You can imagine sort of the intensity of the compute that's needed to do that. And then finally, in our Center for Neurosciences, we have Christine Constantinople, who is looking at how our brains make decisions. And if you think about the pieces and parts that need to go together to make that work, it's not just our HPC, but it's the work of our high-speed research network. that really brings all of these together and allows these researchers not only to do the work that they need to do in terms of the compute, but also to make real-time decisions on the kinds of work that they're doing, because they're able to do that quickly with low latency, and to be able to revise their experiments as they need to revise those questions, which is just so exciting because it's lowering that time to science.
Right. I mean, that's, I always say the value proposition for HPC and supercomputing hasn't changed for decades. It's like, I get better answers more quickly. And that's why we invest in this sort of thing. So it sounds like you're getting a lot of good use out of your system already. Stratos, what partnerships have enabled you to start to see some of these early successes?
Absolutely. The Torch supercomputer has been central to our research program, and it has helped us, the cluster has helped us build some unique partnerships. As Jennifer mentioned earlier, NYU is a global university. We have presence at almost all the continents except Antarctica. And we are a global university because we also form global partnerships. For example, the Global AI Frontier is a partnership with the Korean government, and also the government with the partnership between NYU and KAIST, which is the Korean Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. They are all built around AI, and they are all built around the fact that NYU provides the compute power that is used in these partnerships, and also to train the members and the students on executing all the tasks that are part of these partnerships.
That's really great. Thank you for sharing that. Jennifer, Stratos, thank you for joining us today. We're so excited to hear about your successes with Torch and your HPC system. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.